Welcome, people.
Welcome.
This is volume 44. No Lewis Hamilton. Good morning, afternoon, and maybe night. Great to see you.
Salutations.
Yeah,
Great to see you. Welcome to the Hypersanedy podcast I'm here with
your boy, dead
your
inside.
boy and
Live inside.
yeah, I
The
was
other
about to
boy,
say.
live inside. Yeah, he's alive. He's alive today. I have helped that along.
Yes, you have. As you look into my soul.
Yeah.
Anyways, welcome to the Hypersanity podcast. If you're new, we just talk about whatever.
Yeah, we have no structure at all, and we just rant. It's fucking terrible. So
But you should watch it
you should either
and
shut it off
listen.
now or continue listening because we've said it's terrible. So
Your choice. But yeah, I mean, email us. Let me plug in my laptop for it dies.
oh no.
Yeah.
Well, he does that. While he does that, you're gonna want to email us if you have any thoughts or topics or questions or rants, whatever your poison is, or potion. And
Comment down below. Videos.
yeah, comment on the YouTube
on the
video.
videos.
The
Instagram
Hypersane
us.
Ones YouTube channel.
Yeah. DM us.
See. Yeah, DM us on Instagram. Hypersanity_podcast, which we will talk about, but only I am active there now. So your boy Actual Dead Inside has left the building on that one.
I had to. I hate the glare of my glasses. I really do. But what can you do?
Yeah. Getting on-clear glasses.
Bro, that mess is actually like significantly more. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
No, I know it is. I've heard.
Like,
yeah, it's insane. It's like another $100, isn't it?
yeah, and I was
just
like,
for like this film, but it makes so much of a difference. It is great.
It does.
It is insane.
It had me looking crazy.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
I'm taking a picture just like this, and I'll kill you later. In your sleep.
Pretty much. Oh man, that's okay. Yeah,
it's
for
brilliant.
all the people listening.
Maybe that should be the cover. That page. That one could be nice. Faded in the background. We'll have to consider that. That's better than my Two-Face. Like our face. I am the Batman. So,
anyways,
but yeah, let's start it off with the obvious, the review.
Actually, do we want to do that? I feel like you should get rid of, or not get rid of. You should finish the first topic.
Oh, okay. I don't really
Did you ever?
No, it never came back to me. So that's sort of why I was like, maybe it will during this. It's possible, but I've had not the same thought process since. So
we'll leave it unattended then.
Yes.
All right. Well, I guess let's get to the big topic. Dilemma.
Yeah, the social
to which we may die. So
to which?
Yeah.
Or with which? Which?
Is it, which one is it though? Which one is it? To which or with which we must die?
I don't. It may be from which we may die.
I feel like 2 could work. To which we may die.
But what are we saying it's 2?
I'm not
Lost
winning
him.
these.
All right, that was the point. So
anyways, dilemma. So you go ahead and
well, it's a film on Netflix.
oh
Some
my
of you may have.
goodness. Come on. Come on. Come on.
No, listen,
Gotta
I have my
give the
methods.
whole
I'm
spiel.
going to give the whole spiel, but I'm
Not
just shouting
everything
it out
has
so
to be
people can find
concise,
out.
cut and dry.
Well,
You know
people
what
have
I'm
to
saying?
find out where it is. They need to watch. They need
Yeah,
to
but
see.
we're getting there. We gotta build it up. We
Okay.
gotta
Well,
climactic, you know?
yeah, like there's these bunch of people and
No. No, no, not the movie. You know, just every. All right,
oh yeah.
let me show you how it's done. All right, I
All
got
right.
you. So
Show me the world.
I'll show you the world. All right, so we're in this group chat, right? Alec and I, and Alec's like, yeah, we're definitely we. He sent the link to a movie, and I was like, okay, what is this? The Social Dilemma. And Alex was like, yeah, we definitely got to talk about this on the cast without even watching the movie. So it is a Netflix. Is it a Netflix exclusive?
Netflix original, yeah.
Original.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's a Netflix original movie, this or documentary, really, The Social Dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to let Alec take it from here. Just introduce us for like how we came about, how did you come about finding the source, the movie?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Instagram. Ironically.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like that makes everything this much more sustenance, whatever it is.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
sustenance. So
Sustenance. I got it wrong. Substance,
yeah,
both of them.
substantial.
Sustenance. It makes it much more substantial,
Yeah.
And anyways, so Alec, tell us about this documentary.
Well, it seems to be so it's like a film inside of a documentary. So you have well, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, if there really even is a spoiler for it, which I guess sort of, but there's so it's based around a family, the film portion of it. And then and so you have I think it's a couple kids, mom, dad, and they go through the film as you go, and we'll come back to their story in a bit, but you have that going on, and then you also have the documentary side where obviously people are getting interviewed, and then there's just facts, figures, and all the crazy stuff that
Quotes.
documentaries have nowadays,
The scary
crazy
music.
visuals, and yeah, music. Great film score, by the way. But it was based mainly around one of the guys who used to work for Facebook, and he did what did he do at Facebook again? He was I forget which like division he was part of, but he was like in the early days of Facebook.
Was it something with marketing or?
Might have been because I was thinking ethics, but I think that was another
Let me
dude
see.
for
I'm gonna look
Google.
it up real quick while you keep explaining.
Because one of the people that they interview worked on the ethics board or like was ethics review for Google, and he ended up leaving Google because he was just like I don't really know what we're going to here. But obviously the main idea of the film is the social dilemma, which is social media and how it spreads and how some of it is becoming more of a negative than a positive. When it started, the main goal of it was to connect people and bring people together. People were finding long lost members of their families and crazy stuff like that. But now everything is being used so loosely that it's
Out of
become
proportion.
just like this distorted news feed for you personally. And they talk about in the film, could be a bit exaggerated, could be not. We'll try and keep an objective view of it, but they sort of based on the around one kid in the family, one of the boys. He's like the most addicted to his phone and social media and all that, and making connections and hooking up with girls. He's at that phase in life, high school, where he's just going through it. And yeah, so they have one of the guys from Mad Men. Actually, he was one of the main characters who plays the algorithm like person in the lab. There's like 3 of him. That guy was
Hmm.
originally from Mad Men. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, I remember you saying
Okay.
that.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so they they push this idea that everything that we're consuming is fed to us intentionally for specific outcomes. So it's almost as if we're being guided on this path that we don't know we're being guided on just by consuming anything. Mostly,
Hmm.
social media. So, Facebook. I mean, even email. The guy on the ethics board for Gmail, or helped create Gmail, he was like, he wanted to get out, because he's like, well, at this point we're not even creating and refining it for productivity. We're just making it addictive. Like, we're
Yeah.
making it so refined to the point that people like want to check their email, you know, constantly, and
Yep.
just want to be on there. Where it's like, email doesn't even need to work like that. We have text messaging and instant messaging that
Yep.
we can use. And email is like, okay, maybe check a couple times a day depending on what your job is. But yeah, from what he was saying, they're designing it to make it pretty much
Addicting.
addictive. So yeah, I mean, that's sort of the basis. Did you find out about that guy
I think he was in the ethics department.
at
Something with
Facebook?
what is it? Hold on. It's just in here is Facebook.
Yeah, he definitely worked for Facebook. I think that was the only thing that they had listed for him, because some of the people, they had a couple things listed, but it was like that main, he was one of the younger guys that they
Right.
showed more often.
Has become the most Facebook. Hold up. Does not say what he was at Facebook.
Hmm.
Oh wait, hold on. Here's is about. Okay. Google designed ethicist developing framework. Okay,
I
that's
don't
what
think that's
he's
the right
doing
guy.
now. Oh, you're talking about. I was thinking the red hair guy.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. It was the first guy that you saw, like, in the film,
Mm,
because they interviewed him a lot more, and I think he was like one of the main contributors to the film. So
hold up. This mess. Google. Oh. Sandy.
it was a guy.
Yeah, no, his name's Sandy Paraculus.
Mm, no, I don't think so.
I mean, are you talking about? I might just show it. Can I?
I don't know. Probably.
I might just send you
No,
a
Tristan
screenshot.
Harris.
That's what I was talking about.
Is it? He was Google? I thought he was Facebook, dude.
Oh.
I swear they put up that he worked at Facebook.
Mm-mm. Yeah, he was an ethicist or whatever.
Huh. So maybe he was the one. I remember someone else in the film saying that they left Google because of that. I don't know.
No, they have a couple people like Google, they have Instagram, they have like all that or all the social media.
Hmm.
Tim, you're thinking of this guy who was like, hold up, Tim Kendall, who was like, I had to freaking physically move
Oh
my
yeah.
phone. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. But
he
yeah,
was
so
with
the main
Facebook.
guy, okay, so the main guy was the one who worked for Google as an ethicist. And
Right.
he got to a point where he was seeing stuff. He's like, yeah, I can't support that. That's it was getting beyond
What
approval
it
for
is.
being ethically right. So
Right. And it's crazy because, you know, just what they were saying in the movie, like how they track what what you're scrolling through, all the time that you spend looking at something. You know what I'm
that's how they give
saying?
you ads.
What you click on. Like we already knew what you click on, but like how quick you scroll through stuff, and then how pretty much they had the ability to control what you do and what where you go, you
Yeah.
know, and the not to have any more spoilers, but did you? I sort of zoned out while I was trying to find the guy. But did you talk about like how the end of the movie portion, the skit portion of it, you know, um, they the son of the family ended up going to this whole riot and pretty much got arrested for no reason, and then his sister was trying to save him, who wasn't on social media, and she was trying to get him not to do that, and she ended up getting arrested. So it's
Right.
pretty interesting how everybody's affected by it, even if aren't on it or are on it. It's everybody is affected. So
Yeah, you can get
it's
affected by what it creates.
right. And just how like the guy they pretty much pushed the product on him, like in the movie portion where he was looking at the girl at lunch, and then they were like, oh, send a freaking message to her, or send some sort of like to him now, notification that she liked it. And then
Yeah.
he saw that, and then they sent an ad about grooming your hair or something like that, and then he just went
Hair
straight to buying
product.
it. Yep.
Yep.
Or some type
Yep.
of, yeah.
That's how it
So
was. Yeah, storyline.
mhm.
Living a storyline.
Yep. How girls will literally um get surgery to look like a Snapchat filter.
Yes. That was a big one. That's crazy. Like the sister, she was probably what,
Very,
middle
very
school?
much so.
Middle school, has Snapchat, and just can't stand the
Full
look of
duck
herself,
lips.
and getting
Yep.
right, and getting teased on social media. Like there's
Your ears.
nothing good that's coming out of it.
Right. Because even the good is like too much dopamine, too much, you know, egotistical manner, and all that stuff to where it's like, yeah, it feels good, but it's like then you really feel dead inside, because now you have to one maintain that image, or you know remodel that image so you can stay with the times. Because there's always going to be like a new look, because there's always going to be a new type of trend of how things are, where it's like you got to keep yourself updated to, I guess, how you look. And you know I don't know, I never heard of the filter, like people actually getting surgeries to look like a filter. I never heard of that
Yeah, I
until
hadn't. Basically,
then
just to
the
I'm sure to like refine their look. I mean,
yeah,
it probably is the same
because it
idea of
is
just standard plastic surgery.
right, because there are filters that make you more defined, like your jaw more, everything, cheeks, get rid of all the
Yeah, all the
and
yuck.
right. And it's so funny because like a lot of people's profile pics will be filters, not even them. You know what I'm saying? It's like people live by this filter, where
Yeah.
it's like you can't even be yourself. There's so many, different paths we could devote a whole cast, but we're gonna try and, I mean, we'll just see how it goes. But I mean, then the quote, uh, how drug users and social media users, like they're the only things that call they're the people that use them users.
Yeah.
when, when they said that one, it hit.
Yeah, you
You
left the
usually,
room.
and then like just not even like this is outside of the movie, but like Alec and I were watching it together. If any movie can make me like go to sleep out of not boredom, you've done something. Like I remember the Dave Chappelle comedy show. I freaking laughed so hard. I freaking I freaking passed out on Alec's couch. Missed like 20 minutes of the show. I
Yeah.
sort of I think my brain just overloaded at one point from the movie. I was like, this is too much. I gotta head out real quick. And that I did. And
Yeah.
it was honestly, I think it's one of the I think it's one of the best horror films of 2020,
I mean,
in
another
my
one of the
opinion.
crazy, facts that they showed was how social media has influenced the separation of political parties curves to just go like this, like way off to the sides.
Yeah.
Like they used to be like two arches, like overlapping almost. Like it would come up like this and boom and go like that and down. And then it was just like, no,
Nope. Yeah. Like you're
way over to the sides. And
either
now
left
it's like
or
the other
right.
person is an enemy and you must kill them at all costs.
Yep. And then
Like,
that,
yeah, exactly what we should do. Right. Yeah,
hmm
great.
you know, and then all the other stuff with like voting and how, that it just a lot of stuff could be capped,
It probably
and
could.
then fake news,
Yep.
all this stuff that just creating a
Believable.
tumultuous, society. And it all stems from just one stupid post.
Hmm.
Somebody just trying to get attention. It could literally destroy something. Like then they have like some country went under fire, or like something happened because somebody made like a fake post and people
Hmm.
ended up actually like suffering from it or something like that. I can't
Yeah.
remember. I might have to rewatch it again, but that's what I'm saying. Like stuff along those lines where it's like somebody just made one full freaking one put one idea out there and then everybody just took it and ran with it. Like in a real world, not a real world, and like a personal experience. I remember when the people in what country was it where they had the big explosion.
Oh, Lebanon.
Lebanon, yes. um there were people who people put like there's
The
um
one with the missile.
yes, where
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah, someone
this
doctored a missile into it. Like
right where
very
it's like
slight. Like you would have to play the video in slow mo to see this thing just coming down in the smoke. But there was already smoke. It's like, well, dang. Even I believed it for a second. I was like, wait, hold
we
up.
all yeah, and I'm like there's just stuff like that where it's like is it true, is it false, what I'm
Because it's
saying
from a
now.
new angle that like no one had. Someone
It was no, it
unearths
was
the
like
video.
it was a new camera, like a different photo type. It was like this type of photo you'll see, like
Oh yeah, they said
yeah,
if
because it
you
was like
put a
some sort of
negative,
ultralight
if you
negative
put it in a
filter or
negative
something.
filter, you can see the white
See,
missile come in, and then of course they doctored in something that's white, and it goes. It's like right, yeah.
and it's like, bro, this
Like
is
they already
not
told us it was
an
a chemical
accident.
factory, so
This is not an accident.
I still
This
need to
is
read up on
war.
it because I still want to know if like there was something in that factory that wasn't supposed to be in that factory or in that
I mean,
plant. Because
as
they were
much as you
talking
read up
about
on it,
like a specific thing that if it
mhm,
was there, made the explosion as bad as it was. But it is not something that normally is in like a chemical plant.
right.
So if that was the case, then that would be wild. but
Very wild.
I don't know, because that was also just
You never
skepticism.
know.
Yeah, you can't.
You
It's
never
literally
know.
impossible. You'd have to be there, gotten blown up. You go up and you're like, let's look at the facts.
And even then, you still might not be,
Yeah,
credited at that point.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So
People be like, but why? And then go do something else.
he's like, oh no, he was the
No,
explosion.
he was there. So it's wrong. Like, it's definitely wrong.
Right.
He saw it in person. How could that ever be right? We may get to that point. Be like, he saw it, so he's wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong. You can't see things.
Right. The social media has to see it, and that's
How
right.
dare you use your
The
eyes?
camera has to see it.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, that's so wild. Like how much chaos it can cause. What was? Oh, yeah. So I decided that I have to head out.
I
This
mean, we both
point.
sort of did to some extent.
Yeah, because you were like, yeah, I'm definitely out of
Yeah.
here.
Shit.
And then
Yeah,
that night we were
Kamari
like, we
lost
were
it
going
at one
through.
point during the film because I just said something. I forget what point it was
I
at.
think
You
it was
remember
about the
though.
political parties. You like, oh no, they definitely did. What the fuck? And I was like, it was like your whole world came crashing down. I was like, no. Oh.
Yeah, I just did one long. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
Just the
Like
world-ending
the
type of.
length, yeah. The length of the word actually just stretched all the way back to when it actually happened. You were just like in your head, like Jimmy Neutron.
All the way back to before it started. Take me back.
Yeah.
Bring me back, man.
Literally. And I freaking lost it. And then
Yeah,
I
I was
might have to
talking
watch
to
it
the
again.
film at that point. I was just
We,
like, no, you can't
you're
say
not a
that.
big talker.
Don't
You're not a
say
big
that,
film
man.
talker. I am. You literally just sit there. You're like, but that one you were,
I was
you were
getting so
spitting.
pissed.
You were
My
spitting.
internal became external. It was like, you gotta let me out. Let me
No more eight.
go.
No more eight. So yeah, I mean, after that, we literally went and purged like a couple.
Yeah, let's see
You
what I
know,
get rid of. Got rid of
that
Reddit
night. Reddit was that night.
because
I
it was
didn't
just
even use
a
Reddit.
news feed. I didn't even like put input like that except to roast one dude, which we all got in on. And then um yeah, Twitter had to go.
I never had Twitter.
There are sites out there, by the way. If you have a Twitter and you want to get rid of it, you probably want to delete all your old tweets first because that stuff sticks around forever. So if you want, if you want to, even if you delete your account, it's crazy as fuck, right? Weird, but no, they stay on the servers. All these servers got it, but yeah, there's a site that's free that will like legit go through your account and delete the tweets. It's like just a robot that will go in and say, okay, here's your login, go into your account, loop, take them out, then you can delete. Which
Control F and delete all that for you.
yeah, and
Pretty
even
much.
then, of course, Twitter is one of the ones where it's like, oh well, you won't be fully deleted for 30 days in case you're in
You want to
case
come
your
back to us?
insatiable desire comes back to be on here.
Yeah, be controlled. We need
Yeah.
you.
So
What was the one thing where it was like they compared, I can't remember what the word they used, but it was like they need meat to harvest or they need like cows to produce meat, and they pretty much said they need us to, we are the oh my gosh, they're like, we are the human. It's what was it? Because it was like we need,
they're harvesting our views.
it was something like that, or like the word they said was, it just hit because it was like we need meat, so they So they do something to cows, and that's cows
Oh,
are the
attention. They harvest our attention.
no, yeah, no, not the. I'm thinking of like the verb, like not what they do. It was like
Hmm.
we are the product or something like
Cultivate
that. I had to watch
that.
through, but they were pretty much saying how like we are that product, and it was just like the fact
We're the
that
byproduct.
it takes yeah,
We're not
we're
even
the
the product. We don't get the honor.
all right. The fact that it takes 30 days is just like yeah, I mean we're gonna really miss you and your product.
Yeah, and
You
they
know what I'm saying?
ask
We're
you
gonna
like I think 5 times on your way out. You're sure you don't want to
you
just
want to do it?
deactivate?
Why do you want to
Sure
leave?
you just don't want to leave your enticement up through the roof? Yeah, I'm sure.
It's funny because like all of that feedback just makes them stronger too. Like when they ask why are you leaving, that's
You can't
probably like
answer. Oh, well, I mean, we just answered straight up. That's right.
we were
That's it.
like
We did do
we're
that.
done
I
we're
was
done
like,
being controlled or something.
social media is a scam.
Yeah.
I said that. I'm out.
Literally.
So
So I mean, yeah. But going back to it, one night, I deleted Instagram like I think last Wednesday. Like deleted my account, and decided to keep LinkedIn just for professional
Hmm.
purposes. And
And what do you
Alec,
know? The one app that Kamara decides to keep, guess what they just introduced? Well, now LinkedIn, the professional, super professional business network, now has stories.
like
Let's give him a round of applause for entering the shithole. Hooray, LinkedIn. You've now
then
been
like
super
right
bought
after
out
that
by like
movie,
20 extra ad companies and
literally
probably, good Lord. I can't even imagine how much money they got to just be like, oh, yeah, if you add
a
stories that we can
story.
also put ads in, then like we'll give you an extra 20 billion. Okay. We got
It's
plenty of
like the
eyes on there
people.
because people need it. It's like, all right, I see how it goes. You think that we need it. It's like there's still other ways to network, bro. Yeah, the internet may be bad too, but it's definitely better than, this definitely algorithm sanctioned like application,
Yeah,
programmed by a company, sponsored by ads. Yeah, they have premium. And I mean, I guess that makes it a little bit different than like say Instagram or Facebook, you don't pay for them. They're just all paid for by ad companies, but it's still, they still need something because I think it's what, $30 a year. So I mean, they're not making that much off of it for any premium LinkedIn subscribers, which I don't really know why you need that anyways, unless you're trying to hire people through LinkedIn, which there are other services to do that, by the way, that
for
aren't
real.
social networks. They're just sites like
Yeah, like job sites.
indeed.com or
Yeah. Handshake.
jobs.com, Glassdoor.
Yeah.
They all, I'm sure, have affordable plans. You should look into them. Uh, but anyways, yeah. So yeah.
And then another thing I thought of the other day is like, I mean, low key, it only makes sense because to delete social media because like a lot of companies, like let's say you're looking for a job, a lot of companies end up checking for you on social media and
That as
see
well.
you are just this
Could be
whole
good, usually
could
ends
be
up bad
right,
because you got something stupid from your past on there if you don't clean it up.
right. And
So
it's like because I remember like I've seen it on an application that they were like put your links here, assuming that we had these social media sites. It was like put your Facebook here, put the link here,
wow, so they just
LinkedIn
went
here.
full obvious with it.
Yeah,
They're like, here, provide us with what will screw you.
yeah.
Make it easier for us so we don't have to search you. Please. They probably, dude, honestly, for that job, they probably were like, yeah, anyone that puts the links in, they are not getting hired. I
Literally.
didn't even look. Like, yeah, they're
I guess
complete
maybe other than
suckers.
Other than LinkedIn, because they did have like the link to LinkedIn, but other than
I mean,
LinkedIn,
LinkedIn
and
is okay. I
yeah,
mean, you
but
can
like if you
sort of
have,
make yourself a nice portfolio on there if you don't have a lot of stupid posts and stuff like it's Facebook.
mhm,
It's
that's what I'm
just a good
saying,
place to store, like, say, your I think you can even store your resume. You can put
your
projects, you can
professional
put your
history.
credentials.
Yeah,
Yeah, all professional, but only if you keep it that way. But now they have screwed it.
with
The only
stories.
good thing that I've seen is that I haven't seen a story yet
I saw one.
from my connections,
I
which I
told
only have like
myself
30, granted. So, you know, I'm
I got
doing all
like
right. But
100.
yeah, I mean, the odds are that someone's going to do it.
And I was like, the first person who adds a story, I'm deleting.
Did
Right?
you?
No,
Mm,
it was
you should.
somebody I should, and you probably would vouch for that person. They'd be like, "Oh man, delete them." But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it worth your connection for other people to see? That really is the only
I
thing
think
you can
so.
get out of it. Is it?
Relatively, I think so. Could,
Mm. Well, that's unfortunate for them.
but
They've entered the social realm on
they have,
LinkedIn.
and it's like, what? Hey, everybody, I'm at work.
Yeah, they really did it
Why are you
like
supposed to
2
be on
days after.
Yeah, like
Guys, check out what I'm doing at work today. It's like, bro, you already posted that on Instagram. Don't post it on here.
right.
It's like, just because it's LinkedIn doesn't now mean you can post whatever your security clearance is making you keep secret. Watch people start doing that, bro. This is going to be like a whole scandal on LinkedIn. People posting like top secret projects. Like, look what I did with this. Like, oh, because I only have this many connections. Like, no one else can see it.
I
It's
see it. Yep,
totally fine.
yep.
And yep,
Friends
goodbye.
only.
Fired.
Actually, let's talk about that on Instagram. The friends only. Like, I'm.
Oh, people use that. I know somebody uses that. I've told you about it. I told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
That's
there's people, I
sad.
think there's people who use it like and put everybody as a friend, I guess, just to make them feel like they're closer to that person. You know what I'm saying? you know, I'm not, I'm not gonna say who, but I think I know like somebody. Let me text it to you.
Oh God. Why?
But
So they
so
went down a whole list. I don't How many followers do they have? That's what I want to know.
maybe like 5,000.
So they went down a whole list of 5,000. Said
Like
boop boop boop
friend,
boop
friend,
boop
friend,
boop
friend,
boop boop
friend.
boop 5,000 times. Because I don't think there's a select all feature. Do you know it would have been easier? There, you can actually just select people who you don't want to see the story every time. They should have just hit that. Type in the names. Yeah, don't want that frigga to see it, and don't want him to see it. Bam, done. 2 out of the 5,000. Then you still get 4,998.
Yeah, but then at that point, why are you even like?
Just let
Why are
them
you
see it
even?
at that point.
Yeah,
Those two,
like why are
like,
you even
and if
following that
they,
person, or why are you allowing them?
yeah, just block them. Honestly, at that point,
Right.
instead of having to do it every time. Like, oh, you don't want to see
Yeah.
your story this time. Well, 9 times out of 10, you probably don't want them to see it. Yeah.
It makes no sense, literally.
Mine got turned on automatically one time. And I think you had caught it because you were trying to share something and you were like, I can't do this. I was like, what? And I go on and it's like, it's got this whole, like, this random list of people checked. I was like, all right. So the app just went freaking AWOL for a second and was like, hey, beep, 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 and then post. What? It's like, I don't care. I'm trying to I think it was, yeah, it must have been about the cast, honestly. So I was like, okay, well, I definitely didn't do that. So that's a bit weird,
All right.
buddy.
And then think of how
Hey,
much drama that makes, like within like a friend group. It's like, oh, did you see my or did you see
yeah, you
said
bring it up
person's story?
at the
It's
wrong
like,
time.
no, I
Yep.
didn't. Oh, you're not
Person.
in the friends only? And then it's just like all
I've
this
seen the
tension.
name.
Yep.
Jeez. Yeah, I
Yep.
should have guessed. That's been like the guess every time. But honestly, though, I should have. I need to input that into my recycle bin and bring it back. You know, no W, but but why? So.
I
Some
just want to
limbs are
think
off
how
the
many times
charts.
have I've typed that guess and like just brought that up in this cast alone, and it's just so relatable every time.
Yeah, it's like the example. Like here, here it is. Oh wait, let me go grab it. Here it is.
Here it is.
Hey, do you remember that thing I told you about that one time? Yep, I still have it.
Yep,
Still
it's
the
still the
same.
same.
Yeah.
Expect
So,
the least.
and lose the most.
But yeah, I mean,
Hmm,
so yeah, I mean
that's rough.
it's rough, buddy. Dang, it's already wow. Um,
Yeah, we've been going.
shall we
Just a
continue?
review.
I mean, I'm about it, low key, because
Yeah,
there's
I
still a
mean, we
lot to
could.
talk about. Like, you know, like one thing that I was saying was like, if this isn't like a wake up call to humans on it, to humans on it,
Right.
then what is? You know what I'm saying? Like, what
And
if
it's
they're
not saying
telling
we have
us
to get off, but it's not
be
saying we all have to
mindful?
get off, but we need to make changes for sure. And the one way to do that may be for like a mass just exodus from it
Suspension, you know, just
to, frick the companies that are paying for the ads. And I mean, we're talking about like billions or like, didn't they say trillions of dollars? They were talking about like trillions of dollars being made off just our attention to this stuff.
yeah, of us
Just
looking
from
and
seeing an ad
scrolling.
here or there. Yeah. Because they're more likely to go get the product. And then, shoot, if we do actually get it, oh my gosh, they might make a trillion more. It'd be like, oh, they
No.
actually bought the product? That's great. All right, here's another 400 billion.
All right, and then it's just all a freaking cluster because you got even like let's say YouTube, you have the people who are YouTubers who need the ads, so they're pushing even more ads, just for people to look at, and it's like our own people are pushing even more of it, like really
Yeah.
influencing more ads, more just eye time, because our attention is money, our time is money, and as much time as we spend on it is actually absurd,
Yeah.
like, and then I feel like Apple just throws in the screen time. They went, oh yeah, we sort of care. Here you go. But dang well you're gonna freaking bypass that time every time. I remember
Yeah.
it was a point where like when everybody first got screen time, it was like, all right, I'm done for the day. And it was just like,
Setting restrictions. Yeah.
2 days later, it's like, all right, let me just
I'm
add for
taking this
15 more
passcode
minutes.
off. Yeah. It got to the point immediately. It was like, passcode to unlock this for more time.
I might as well I still have
Get
mine
this off
on.
my feed.
Right.
Get this off
It's a
my
chore.
screen. What is this? Get it of. uh, it's great. But yeah. No, I'll tell you though. Here's a good thing. We here, my family, is finally we're going to get rid of TV. So that's a
Everybody
big
give a
one,
round of
because that,
applause.
I mean, that is like a two. We figured it out. It's a 2-to-1
Clap it up.
ratio of TV to commercial. Like, I mean, I don't know if anyone has noticed, if you're not on any premium channels, you're just on like, I don't know, Hallmark or like Family Channel or whatever they, what did they make? Oh, Freeform. It used to be the Family Channel. Now it's called Freeform. And they put all this weird ass shit on it, and called it still like a family network, but it has all this weird like tween shows and like teens killing themselves, and it may as well have been like a 13 Reasons Why channel. And so,
As if that's
like,
gonna help.
right, help a lot. But so just on regular networks like that, you have like a 2-to-1 ratio. So you have like a movie that's 2 hours. Well, it's probably going to air for 3. Actually, no, it's not, because they're going to cut so much of the movie out from the theatrical version that it will actually be an hour and a half. So then you actually get a better, movie to commercial ratio, only half an hour to an hour and a half. But sometimes they'll do like obscure lengths of time. So it'll be like like 2 hours and 15 minutes. So you get an hour and a half of movie and 45 of commercials. But I mean, it's crazy. It's
Think about that.
usually
45
2 to
minutes.
1. And you don't realize it because they'll do like 10 minutes and then they'll throw a whole 5 minutes of commercials in. And you don't realize it because you're just ready to get back to what you were watching.
To the show.
Yeah.
That's wild.
2-to-1. 2-to-1, people. It's just not worth it. And we're out here paying like hundreds of dollars for these TV packages, commercials, paying for commercials.
Double that off us. Just
Yeah.
looking at the
and we're paying hundreds, and the network's getting hundreds, and then these corporations are getting billions. So I feel bad for the networks then in that case. I mean, geez, unless they're getting
not even making the real money. The ads are.
Yeah. So they're getting paid a minimum just to air them. And then ad companies are like, oh, bring it in.
Literally. And
so,
I mean, all of this is just adding up to, it's time to get off. Actually, let's go into
if you work in marketing, I'm sorry. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
You might as well be a bot.
Yeah, may as well. I know they already are. They just don't know.
I mean, marketing's
You're part of the bot.
Cutthroat.
They don't even get to be an individual bot. They're just part of the.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's just crazy. Like that's what, and that like they're telling us, the developers themselves are telling us it's a problem. And if they're telling us that, then what are the things that, like, what are the tactics that they aren't telling us about that we don't even know about? Because they've waited this long to tell us that they track that. So what else is there what else do they do that pretty much just milks us, And what are people gonna, like, how do people, what's the general consensus of this documentary? Like, what are people making change of it? Are people absorbing it and actually applying, like, okay, well, let me just get off social media, or let me cut down social media? Or people just like, that's interesting, scroll.
Yeah. And things just want to know like what you're doing, like trackers. Like we just learned about that too. So if you get, a private browser, you can get tracking protection. It's crazy because I've been trying to do things like locally on the network. Like, how when you set some things up, it'll send or it'll put a code up and you have to enter that on your other device to, connect to whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I tried to do that through the Firefox like Focus browser, and it doesn't work. it won't work because there's tracking. Like that's how involved the trackers are, like that need to know what you're doing, that because it blocks that, you can't actually do function. You can't do the things.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, and it was like to the point where it was frustrating. I was like, why isn't this working? And then I thought about it and I was like, okay, let me try another browser. Works fine. No tracking protection though.
Mm.
I was like, oh.
It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not.
Yeah.
All
Get
right,
the
tween.
full
Pump.
I'm sorry. I'm
Anyways,
sorry. But yeah,
we don't
I was trying to
condone.
see if I can see how many trackers this thing has blocked so far. It was in like the thousands earlier today,
Oh my
just from
goodness.
like a couple times of like looking
1,000.
stuff up. Yeah,
Oh my.
like let
That's
me just Google
scary.
some random letters and see if I can. Heard. I'm trying to think. What can I? What shall I look up?
Cats.
Okay, cats. Cat breeds. Selecting the calmest cat breeds. Let's go to this. It was an ad within DuckDuckGo. So let's see how many trackers this brings. It's looking pretty clean so far. Okay, that's... Wow, there is a golden retriever cat.
What?
I've never heard of that in my life, and that just goes to show you that people just make this shit up. Same as dog breeds. If you guys didn't ever know that, dog breeds are made up by man. And French bulldogs, they need to not become a breed because they can't freaking breathe. So if you own a French bulldog, I'm sorry, but they're suffering through their whole life. Their whole life. Can you imagine?
Sorry.
That's how they breathe, dude. Imagine like having no mouth and just like a pinched off nose. That's how they breathe.
Just the way you said that, sir. Like it got me, I can't lie. Oh my
Ah, here we go
gosh.
with the Maine Coon. That's how you know it's made up. I'm sorry. Just because it's got long hair and looks a certain way? Come on. Yeah, it was great because my buddy has the Maine Coon. So great cat, dude. The hair is so soft. It actually is incredible. I've never felt hair that soft on a cat, and it's just long. Sheds like a mother fricker, but I mean crazy. But yeah, that's the name of it. So wow, this is the Maine Coon. We're going way off topic here. I'm sorry, but I have to read this. The Maine Coon cat is actually a breed known as the Calvin Klein cat, which is named after an okay, we know it's a designer. The breed makes up the smallest group of cats in the world, and as a result, the kittens are all very distinct. Interesting. So they're rare. So they have a pretty rare cat. Anyways, okay, let's see how many trackers. Oh, it didn't say. That's so lame. Anyways, yeah, mine definitely said that it was in like the thousands, so just putting it out there.
That's wild.
Yeah, and it'll be like in the hundreds anytime I search something. So
We gotta stop. We gotta stop.
yeah,
It's time to
that'd
stop.
be a good idea.
Well, I mean, anything more?
I don't know, man. It's been a good talk about the same thing we usually talk about, but in a new light,
Yeah.
or a light that we've sort of try to convey, but now the evidence is there. The facts are out with dramatic music.
Indeed, that would make things much more scary.
Yes.
So,
And much more discreditable.
and
So,
with that, well,
yeah, I mean, yeah, with that, make sure that you, like us, stay pyrotechnical and hyper driven.